Nofap Video 3. I've decided to change my life. Hi. I'm a male, 27 years old, and have been consuming porn since I was at least 13. My life was always full of it since I discovered such wonders, but I never realized the harm I was doing to myself. I've been struggling with anxiety and depression since I was around 14, and that made me fall into a spiral of feeling bad, masturbating to feel better, then feel bad again after relapsing with guilty feelings. Along the years, the porn I have consumed has varied from vanilla to pretty fucked up things, as classic penetration porn no longer does it for me. I lost my virginity when I was 21, and since I noticed something was not right with me, difficult to stay erect, difficult to orgasm, reduced sensitivity compared to when I masturbated, etc., that made my life a living hell, and I was convinced the problem was my girlfriend. I broke up with her and looked for new girls to try, but always the same result. After 4 girls, I decided to take a break, as my health was poor, having gained over 20 pounds in a year, result of the frustration and anxiety that erupted when I began to suspect that the problem was me, not girls. I started to eat healthier, to exercise 6 hours a week, and thanks to a new job I found that took me far from the city to a place without internet, I soon began to write and read once again, something I've loved my entire life but stopped doing soon after losing my virginity. My life began to improve, never realizing the weight that pornography and masturbating had in my life, assuming that I had got better because of eating healthier and exercising more. I got a new girlfriend when my job far from the city ended. I genuinely fell in love with her, and we had sex after 3 months of relationship building, and me having like 17 months without releasing. That was the best sex in my entire life, despite her being a virgin. We soon got engaged, and started living together after 16 months, and got married 14 months after, on April last month. When we started to live together, we moved to the country's capital, as she kept pursuing her master's degree, and soon an old friend of mine returned to my life. My anxiety grew bigger and faster than ever, being far away from all my family and friends, and soon I found myself again looking at porn and relapsing, first once a week, and now even 3 times a day, even downloading porn for the first time in my life. My sexual life has been struggling since, and I went from having sex 3 to 4 times a week to now once every month, having developed severe porn-induced erectile dysfunction. I started therapy once again, but my psychologist mentioned something that every other therapist never mentioned: porn. After months of work and struggle, I have come to accept the negativity that it has brought to my life, but that was not the thing that made me discover this subreddit, but the fact that I was about to hire a transgender escort. My desire to feel pleasure almost brought me to the point to be unfaithful to my loved wife, and my deprivation is driving me to a point where I need to experience weird things that I have never considered even before my first rehabilitation, because I no longer feel pleasure from sex and normal porn. Something inside me told me to stop yesterday, when I was outside of this girl's place, so I walked away in shame, came home, and released one last time. Then, I chose to erase all my porn collection, games, and shortcuts, and starting to look for advice in my porn addiction, discovering you guys. While writing this post, I'm preparing myself to go out and do some exercise for the first time in almost 2 years. I decide to start a new life today.